Howdy guys, it's a bright new sunny day. A little breezy, but it's nice and warm out, almost 70 degrees over here. And today we're going to be working on putting in our new side marker lights. So I got this kit, finally came in, I was waiting for these. It's a company called Suparee, I don't know. It's a sequential LED turn signal, looks nice, and it's the same company that makes the headlights. I also have fog lights for it as well, which is going to be a different video, but comes with the actual little side marker corners, which I don't know if I like these ones as much because they have like a texture to them, like they have like those fins that stick out, but we'll see what they look like. But this is supposed to be a complete plug and play set. Comes with the harness there, it's got the little side harness for your little side markers there, and then it also comes with these ballast resistors, one for each. We'll figure that out. I don't know if you need to run these, and my question, because if you program it with like the J-Scan or Taser to tell the car that it's running LEDs, I feel like you wouldn't need resistors, but I don't know for sure. Well, I suppose first thing first, you have to get the inner liners off. I bought this kit here. It was like $8 on Amazon. Came with the little remover tool, because when I took the inner fender off before doing the headlights, I broke like 3 of these things. So I felt I wanted to get a kit. It's designed for the Jeep. It comes with a whole bunch of different push pins, so that's a nice feature. So we're going to need very simple tools. I think we're going to need Torx, T25 probably. I'll double check them when we're there. We're going to need some sort of panel removal tool like this, and or the plastic ones work fine. If you are doing any kind of wiring, make sure you have some wiring stuff, which I'll have in that tote there. But for now, we're going to get these inner fenders off. Okay, if you didn't watch my last video with the headlights, these inner fenders are pretty easy to take off. Sorry about the wind noise, it's very windy today. We have a bunch of we have a 10mm, we have 3 of these 10mm bolts along the inside of the fender liner here. There's one there, there's another one right there, it's the 10s, and then we have a bunch of little plastic push pins. There's 3 on the top here, I think, 2, 3, that one's missing because I've lost it, and there's one missing there, so I don't have a lot holding this in. And then there's one in the back here. Once all those come out, this whole inner fender will come right out of here. I'm going to pull them out, get this 10mm going, and then we'll go on and look at what we need to do to take out the housing unit. Okay, because we're doing both sides here, I already got the driver's side out. I'm going to go ahead and get the passenger side out, which should all be the same stuff. So yeah, we're going to make sure we got both out because we're doing both today. Alright, we're on the passenger side. We have the fender kind of undone here. I'm just looking at things real quick. I think so. We got our Torx here. We've got one up there, one up there, it looks like, possibly one up there, and I'm pretty sure this piece has to come down, so maybe this screw has to come out in the bottom here, which is a Phillips right there. I think this piece will come down. This might have to come out. I don't know. It does seem like it's kind of on it, but I know this comes down because you have to access the bottom of the thing, which just pops down after, I think we believe, get that out, and then possibly that up there. I don't know for sure. I'm gonna try that. It looks like somebody was in here before because you know, I'm a secondary owner, but there's definitely some like tape on these wires I don't think is original, and half of these push pins in this panel were not original equipment. In fact, I gotta get a lot of them out because I broke pretty much all of them. That's fine, I have a whole box of them. So we're gonna get this. We got our connector in the back there, that has to come undone. And then it's gonna be more of those little push pins that hold this whole wire harness in. They're like along this whole top of the fender, and that will all come out going to the housing. That will come out. You just need a little tiny, like a screwdriver or a pick to kind of lift that tab up and pull the that thingy out. So I'm gonna get to doing a little bit of testing here and see how to get this out. Okay, so this little tab just folds down. It was indeed that bolt, and it just came right out of there. So there's that, and then that little screw I thought was a screw is not a screw. It's just a little plastic push connector. So I just used the pry tool and got that out. So that with this down, we now have access to everything because there's looks like there's 2 more Torx, and it's a T25. So we're gonna undo all these Torx bolts in the back of this thing. We got the 2 up top, 2 in the middle. There's that one, I think. We'll see. And then those 2 down there. I'm gonna get all these out so we can get this housing out of here. I'll actually, let me get these connectors undone first, because we're gonna need those out of there anyway. So let's get the connectors done. Your power connector here, the main one, the little red tab, it just pulls back. If you can get to it, and click, and then with that clicked, we should be able to wiggle this out of there with little upward leverage or something. Oh, there's a black piece in there that you need to push. Once the red tab's done, the little black piece right there, you push that ever so slightly, and then it'll pop right out. So this needs to come undone from the top of the fender liner. There's a feels like there's a connector up here that holds it in. There is another one over here. There's another one here. Basically all these little guys, they're just little push pin connectors. So same tool you can use to get these out of here. Just like that. That one's missing. I don't think there's one up there. There is one up here. Somewhere. Give me focus. I can't see. Focus. It's up here somewhere. There it is. There's one over here. We'll get that and we'll get that. And then let's undo this little guy right here. I have a little screwdriver here. And like I said, you just kind of like pull up on that tab just slightly. Just like that, and pops it out. Look at that. Alright. Let me get the rest of these little push-pull thingies out, and then we'll get these Torx out. Okay, so there was one more 10mm bolt right here, and that was for this back bracket here, and it's sort of pop riveted into my fender. I don't know if they're all like that. Things I've seen are not. And then there's one more Torx T25 here, and then this whole assembly should come out. Okay, it's out. There's a little bit of glue stuck to the inner liner of the fender there that was holding it in, but it's done. And my fender is a little bit away from the side of the Jeep here. I think I need to get that connector out of there to fix that, because that is not in the correct place. That's fine, I'll fix that. Alright, getting a little test fit in here, and remember, you're going to be using all your old hardware. So all those little Torx screws that came out of these, you're going to be using to put back in. And then we're going to get that on there, a little side marker piece. These, you do use 2 ballast resistors. I still don't know why, but you're going to have one on here and one on here. And it comes with these little brackets, little things to put your ballast resistors on, but I think I'm just zip tie them under there somewhere, because that just, these screws are so tiny, and I don't have a wrench to get these little tiny nuts on there. That's tedious as hell, and I really don't give a shit. So I'm just gonna zip tie these fuckers to something and call it a day with that one. But we're gonna get these in here. We're gonna screw this all in. I'm gonna make sure everything fits right. I already replaced my little pin piece that I broke there, so that's good. Let's get the rest of this kind of assembled, and then we'll move on to the driver's side. Sorry, you can't really see things. It's very dusty and bright today, but that's good. I like the brightness. There we go. So yeah, I'm gonna get these screws in here. Everything's mounted, and make sure that's in place, and then I'm gonna get the side marker in, screwed in place, and then we're gonna get this bracket thingy back in there. As long as, yeah, let's do that. Right, we have everything screwed in. I have a little side marker screwed in and plugged in. I have these 2 ballast resistors plugged in for now, and I have the wire ran. I'm gonna plug this in real quick, and test to make sure this works. Obviously, I want to make sure we're getting power and everything before I button up this side. So we're just gonna plug her in like so and push the little gray pin in. That should be it. Let's double check to make sure this works, and hopefully my cardboard boxes don't go flying, but it might. So my keys are on the hood somewhere. We're just gonna, let's see, we'll turn on the those. They're plugged in, so essentially they should work. Oh, look at that. We got Sequential. That's just a side marker, so that one will light up. Let's turn on and make sure we have. And we have daytime running lamps. Look at that. Awesome. So that's number one done. On to the next side. Okay, not gonna lie, this is a bit tedious and a bit of a pain in the ass, but the bracket's back in. Except for this piece. I don't know what to do with that. I am just stuffing these wires in there. Now I'm gonna put those two 10mm bolts back in, along with this inner piece. This will go in between these two pieces. That piece there, right in between those, and then the bolt goes on the top, and then this one up top there. So let's get those in. And then we could say this side is done as soon as I button up this fender liner. Okay guys, we're on the driver's side now. I have everything done on the passenger side. It's all buttoned up, the fender's back in. Now we're gonna work on the driver's side here. Main thing I have different over here is the little connector here is for my daytime running lamps on the headlights that I already put in on a different video. I'm gonna be disconnecting or moving this, and I'm also, there's a T-harness that I put in over here. So this is the actual wiring to the front turn signal, and same thing, we have to get this out. So these two 10mm, this weird little screw thingy that I don't think actually does anything. We have basically everything we had on the other side. So a bunch of Torx. We're gonna get these all out and proceed. Just to show what we're working on here, I've got pretty much almost everything out taken out here. I pulled a little too hard and kind of pulled my entire fender off and broke every single one of these clips. So be careful. Thankfully, I have a box of these, so I can put this back on. Yeah, every single one of them broke. Whatever. Shit happens to me. I'm a little too rough with things. I am not gonna try to destroy this pop rivet this time because it's in there. And while this kit does have new rivets, I don't have a pop rivet gun, so I don't know how to fix those. So I got two more here, and I got one more right there to get the side marker out, and this whole lens will come out. We can start putting the new stuff in, and that'll be that. And that's it, it's out. This side did not have glue on the top of it, so it came out a lot easier. I don't know why that was on the other side. Like I said, I think somebody had this apart before, or maybe had something else in here at some point. But now that we have an opening here, we can throw our new stuff in and basically put it together, buttoned up the reverse way. I gotta get a new clip in here before I do all that. And then we will start tying everything together, make sure it all works, and call it a day. Alright. If they're flickering, they're not doing that in in video. It's just because of the refresh rate of the camera. But both sides are working, both sides are plugged in. I've got pretty much everything buttoned up in the back of this except for the flap. And I'm gonna do something with my resistors. The connector's just kind of hanging for the moment so I can test them. They are working exactly how they need to work. Let us see if there's any kind of change when you do certain things. Okay, so we have little side marker thingies are working. Those are still on. Aha, we have an issue. I should have tested that beforehand. We do not have power going to this one. That's just my luck. I put things together before testing it. This side works, so that's good. Now I gotta figure out what's going on with the other side. Go figure. Alright guys, I just want to give you a quick little update. I did get my side marker working. The connector was a little loose in the back there. The wires were a little finicky inside of it. Just I wanted to make sure it wasn't something a fault of the kit or just obviously me not connecting it well enough. So that is it. All done, complete. Video is over. Thank you for watching. Till the next one.